Okay, let's try this again. The battery was dead, really low, and I haven't checked if it's charging or not, so I'm going to check that too. Get out of here, dog. Get out of here. Saturday, May 2nd. Supposed to get up to 72, 74 today. Kind of overcast, hope it doesn't rain. Cut the side grass yesterday with that. First pull. Finished the walkway. Got the XJ900 out of here. I gotta empty this all out, clean it out, do a load to the dump. There's the Chipmunk Hotel down there, and now underneath my garage. I'm gonna have to put a pipe in there for them. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep digging it up. Okay, oh, it's freezing in here. I gotta open up the garage door to get it warm in here. Today's video is gonna be jetting the FXR. And I cheated a little bit. When I took it off the hoist, I fired it up. I just wanted to fire the sucker up. So I don't even really want to fire it up right now, but I guess I will to show you. And it's too rich. I'll show you, but yeah, when I fired it up, I forgot to even turn the choke on, and I didn't need to. I just cracked the throttle a couple times, fired it up, and I could tell it was really rich. The exhaust is kind of like a bubbling, it's not a crisp sound, and the fumes are just burning my eyes. It's just pumping the fuel out. It's too rich. And I put in a Desmo 295, which is 29.5 thou intermediate jet in there, and a 68 main jet. And I watched that S&S YouTube channel there. I forgot what it's called. S&S something it's called. S&S Cycles, I think, is the YouTube channel. Really good channel. There's a guy on there. I think his name's Bruce too. And he dials in a Dyna on there. Basically the same as this, FXR Evo. And, oh no, maybe he was I'm not sure. I think it was an Evo engine he was doing. And they started out with a 295 and a 68 in the main, and that's what I put in here. And it's too rich, way too rich. So I'll fire it up and show you, and then I'm going to take out that intermediate jet, and I'm going to put in it's 290. I'm going to put a 280 in. The kit comes with a 280, and I'm going to try that. I got a 280 here, intermediate, and I got a 66. I got a 6. I'm pretty sure I got a 68 in there. I might even have a 72 in there. I'm not sure for a main jet, but I'm going to go down to a 66. But I'll fire it up and show you how it sounds. Okay. Choke's down. I'm not even going to give it choke. The bike is cold. I haven't run it in 3 or 4 days. Turn the fuel on. Key on. It's in neutral. It's on run. Give it a crank. That doesn't sound good. It sounds like the battery's dead. Battery's dead. Get. Let's try this. Okay. Take the charger off. Put the meter on. 12 volts, voltage. Okay. Okay, Rion, you're gonna be scared. Get out of here. You going out. I got the motorhome charging. I found what was draining the battery on that today. There's little trunks on the side of it there, and there's interior light. I never knew there was an interior light in there. And it was on. All the time, kept draining the battery. Okay, turn the fuel on. Fuel's up that way. Not going to give it any choke because I think it's just going to start. I hope. Maybe I'll give it a choke. Why there? No choke. Shut the fuel off. There. I can, to set these carbs, you're supposed to, get it all warmed up, up to operating temperature, and then start dialing it in. And it's not hot. The engine's not hot right now, but I know it's too rich. It's chuffing. You can see a little bit there, the black smoke coming out, which is rich in carbons. And it's idling all right, but it's going to foul those bugs out soon enough. So I want to change that intermediate jet. Sounds good, runs good. What was the other thing I was going to say about that? Yeah, it accelerates. It's right there. It's just, I just know it's too rich. Like I'm running this with no choke at all on a cold Harley. Harleys need choke. When they start up, you could leave it on the choke for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. This bike needs no choke. It's because it's so rich. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to change that intermediate jet right off the bat. Check the main jet, and if it's a 68, I'm going to put a 66 in, and then I'll take it for a test drive. It's charging good too. Yeah, I put the meter on. It was like 13.5 right off the bat, where the battery was only at like 12.2, 12.3. So I know it's charging good. It's just been sitting all winter. So okay, let's change those jets. Okay, could possibly do it with the breather on, but I'm going to take it all off. Just easier. Now, in that video, you didn't see me screwing with the mixture screw, so the other day when I fired it up, I did turn it in, turn it out, just as best I could. It's just way too rich. I'll be able to dial it in a lot better when it's got the right jets in there. Or closer jetting. Closer jetting. Flat screwdriver. Yeah, it's a warm day today, but it's It's overcast, like it looks like it's gonna rain any minute. Be nice to go for a little drive. Tomorrow's supposed to be really nice, so. And now I'm gonna take these two suckers out. Half inch. Oh, there goes a spacer. There's a spacer in behind here. I could smell gas in this garage, you know, the last couple of weeks while that bike was on the hoist. It looks like it's dripping down here, but that might be from the intake here. Maybe pumping it. Yeah, because this is a new gasket in here. Okay. So I'm going to drain the float bowl first. I think that's 5/8. Just cut the bottom off of oil, empty oil container. Oh, 5/8. That gas looks like crap. That gas is like... That gas is terrible. I hope I did pour old gas in this thing. I'm gonna go take it over and fill it up as soon as I get it. Need a short. Jeez, maybe I poured bad gas into this thing. That gas was terrible dark. I'm gonna go get some fresh gas today too. I got gas in Sarnia right now. You can buy it at the Indian Reserve for 68 cents. It was down to 58 cents a few weeks ago, which is just, I can't remember when it was that price. 1980? Who knows? A long time ago. They sell screw extension kits. Makes it a lot easier for getting them off. But they're not cheap though. They're 25 bucks US. So you can get at these back screws a lot easier. I'm gonna just pull this carburetor off. Can't believe how dirty that gas was. See, this jet here is a 295. We're gonna put in 280. that SNS cycle YouTube channel. Like, it's basically the same engine with this, 2-into-1. No, I think it's got 2 separate pipes on that one, I think. But, you know, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. If somebody's done this for a living and changed these jets so many times, they know it inside out. I'm not going to try to argue with them and put something different in there. I'm going to go with the same numbers they got. I should get the same, pretty much the same results. So this main jet, just want to double check this. Oh yeah, I went big on this, a 70. I'm gonna go down to a 66 or 68. This one here is 66. I don't know if I should go 68 or not. Let me think on that. I'm gonna go with the 68 main. I googled, you know, you can Google jetting on the forums there, what people have done to the bikes and what's jetting they've done with the SNS Super Recarb. And that's why I went with the 295, and I'm gonna go with the 68, is because that's what everybody was suggesting. But the SNS channel there, and they got it on a dyno, they're putting the 66 in here and the 280 in here. But I can change this main jet. I don't have to take everything apart. I can just change from underneath pretty easily, so it's going to be an easier change. So okay, let's put that back together. I just can't believe how dirty that fuel was. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't even like the looks of the shit in here. I'm gonna blow it out. Come on, you mother. Oh, I can't even get the fucking straw in there. Aim that right at my face. Oh, there we go. That's the color of the shit that comes out of here. It's brown. And that tank was completely flushed and clean and treated. I don't like to get that carb cleaner on that float for too long. It evaporates pretty quick. Yeah. I want to see what kind of fuel. See, that fuel coming out of there looks clean though. Yeah, that's nice and clean. That's nice and clean fuel there, so I don't know what happened there. Okay, put her back together, go for a ride. Goes there, goes there. There. Okay. Stick the main jet in. Main jet cover. I'm not sure how I'm going to run this fuel line. I didn't like the way it was before. Don't like the way it is now. Take this off. It should have a heat shield on it. Okay, it's all back together. I rerouted that fuel line. Should come up underneath in the center there. I just tried to, I didn't want to cut any more line off, so, but I did. I had to cut a couple inches off. Luckily I checked it too. The clamp that I was using was already pinched to the limit, and it wasn't quite tight enough. Okay, we got it all back together. Choke's lined up. You got to make sure you get that on as you're putting it together. Let me fire this thing up. Okay, try her again. And then I'll take her for a spin. Fuel on. Key on. I'm going to give it some choke, I think, a little bit. Crank it. Woo. I like that starter, eh? Choke on it all. Just want to check the oil again real quick. Full. Just dialing in the idle jet there, it's pretty damn close. bunch of issues going on here. How come nothing goes right? Feels like my brakes are dragging. Pretty sure it's front because they're pumped up. Put this up here. Pretty sure it's my front brakes because they're rock hard. So let me put it on the center stand. I should get the FLH out. All right, let's do this first. Brakes are fucking dragging. I'm gonna just loosen off the bleeder and just see if it's pressure is the problem. So it's not my brake caliper seizing, it's the master cylinder isn't letting the fluid return. That's why it's pumping up so hard up there. It's pumping up hard as a rock up there. I thought it was because of the new brake lines I put on, but it's going to be that master cylinder. I was leery of that from the very beginning. It was so fucked up. So I think I'm going to order a new one. They're $100 and just eliminate that whole problem. So the other thing is my brake light's sticking on. So I have to check this. That's probably because that front brake is pumped up like it's on. But let me check the switches on that. And I didn't have the tank. There was a vibration there. I didn't have the tank bolted on tight enough there. I've got one of those nylon locking nuts, so it can't come off, but I didn't have it pinched up right tight. So the tank was rattling a little bit, but there was a lot of engine vibration, and I'm thinking that front motor mount is gone. So I'm going to change that, check that out. Yeah, there's a bit of tappet noise. I got those S&S lifters in there. And the S&S adjustable push rods I've got in there. So I'm going to pop the push rod covers off and double check those again. Maybe I've got a bad lifter. It's just that they're noisy. I didn't expect them to be that noisy. Not like this FLH here, just quiet as could be. So yeah, I got a little bit of work out for me on this one here. Can't drive it with that master cylinder like that. That's no good. That's not safe. This brake was, these are pretty hot. Yeah, I'm just gonna order a new one. And I'll tinker around with the brake light, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be that switch up there. And Pulls strong though. Pulls real strong. Runs nice. Pipe sounds really good. Nice sounding pipe. And I'd love to put an oil pressure gauge on it and check that oil pressure. I might order one of them too. I'm just kind of leery of everything on it, so yeah, I'm just gonna order that. There's a special fitting you gotta buy, a new oil pressure gauge. Just wish I could get across that border. Hopefully they open it up this month. So I'm gonna park that bike, put the plate on the FLH, and that's gonna be my rider for now. I know that the cylinder gaskets are gonna weep a little bit, but that's all right until I get this one fixed. Turn the gas off. Okay, that's it for the FXR for now. Needs a little bit of work. Sometimes if you don't get, so you got a little bit of a gap right in here, if I don't get this pushed in tight, then I don't think I have that in all the way. That's why that brake light's on right there. You can see the gap in there, because I've been screwing around with this thing, trying to get it to clamp up evenly. So that's why the brake light's on. Just misses the tank there. Yeah, that's too bad. But this master cylinder was really gummed up and fucked up when I got it. And I tried to get a bore kit for it, man. I forgot what size this one is, 5/8 or 11/16. They make 4 different kits for it. I don't know. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today on this one. Okay, that's it. I couldn't wait. I had a new motor mount that I ordered by mistake, thinking it was the muffler mount. Looks identical, just bigger. So I wanted to pull off this front mount here and just see if that was the cause of the vibration, or is this crank out of balance, because it was really, my teeth were chattering. So I knew something was wrong. So I probably should have filmed all this off, but I was just too anxious to get this apart. And just pulled out the, this is where the linkage bolts onto here, this main plate. And then I just pulled the mount out of the center there. Here's the mount. It's completely broken and apart. So that's what was causing my vibration, I believe. They were known to go bad on these things. I got an aftermarket one. Everybody says you should go with the stock one. They last longer, but I'll try this one for now. And yeah, hopefully that'll cure that vibration problem anyways. And I did order the master cylinder, $109, can't beat that. And it's 11/16. I tried to rebuild this one. I ordered 2 rebuild kits. Didn't even have, you know, between the 2 kits I had a couple of seals work, and just wasn't right. Tried to make it work with one of the old seals. So I just don't trust that master cylinder. Went to even to the Harley dealership, and for that year, 1985, there's 4 different master cylinder kits. And I brought the old piston with me, and it still, it wasn't right, so I don't know. Like I say, in the first year, 84 and 85, they changed this model 3 times in a year. So, and only the SP, I think the custom did have duals, but the SP, the Sport Edition, had the duals, so it's slightly different. It's different. So I just ordered 11/16 complete master cylinder. But yeah, here's the new one, nice and solid. You know, that's gonna make quite a difference there for this thing rattling around in there. So I'm gonna clean that all up really nice, touch it up with paint, clean up all these parts here. Wire brush off all the bolts, clean them because they were all rusty. I had to use PB Blaster on it all. Okay, I'm going to see if I can add this on to the video I'm making right now and put this back together. Okay, that's it until the master cylinder comes in.